And we're live. All right. All right. I think I need a hat. Here you go. A hat. I feel like a newsie. All right. You guys have a good day? Great. Glad to hear it. I mean, I'm not really hearing it, but I assume. Okay. So wait for people to fill in. Oh, look at that. 2 likes already. Wow. Gonna break the record today. Best day of your life market-wise? Really? Congratulations. Sloppy day? Let me guess. Held on too long, didn't take profit, got out. Your cron puts didn't hold up. You had to be up on them at some point. It depends on which ones you did, right? Nice, crispy. Okay. Yeah, look, it's funny. I got trolled a little on Twitter today about my Tilray stream. Fuck. Guys, look, if you're going to troll me, I have no problem with you trolling me. But, you know, when you tweet something, it's time-stamped, okay? So at the very least, take a look at when the tweet came out and what the market was doing at the time. All right? Because it's just fucking annoying. For the love of God. You got Dallas calls like a moron. Look, I thought that airlines needed to cool off. Like, I didn't understand the run. And we were in the $30 Southwest airline puts yesterday. I mean, I was out of them, but there were still people that I alerted to that were still in it. You know, I played it up and down. You know, I'll just be completely honest. Scalped at the open. Remember, I said, if you're going to do it, you're going to get in, get out, and then wait because we're going to have a rebound. Honestly, I did not see the rebound being that strong. All right. But still, one thing that I did say is, you know, if you were going to go short CGC, I didn't think you wanted to be anywhere near it until it was over 19. So hopefully if you did that, you didn't go early on that short. Tilray, again, had to be over 10. It got, you know, there was a really good opportunity for those 1050 puts in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day when they were really cheap. And then there was calls as well on those 1050s. You know, I don't think anybody thought it was going to go that way. I mean, I played the 1050 calls, but I played them at the end of the day when it was like bottom feeding. When it was at like $10, I just bought a few lottos and they ended up doing like 76%, which is, you know, great. You went early on CGC short yesterday at close. Okay, so if you went yesterday at close, then you should have done well in the market. I mean, off the open. Yeah, and that was the risk, right? So, you know, we could get into the other stuff, but with the pot stocks, like today was only meant to be, you know, you're going to be short for a day. You know, I don't think that you wanted to be short holding over the weekend. Look, the volume is absolutely insane. I mean, Aurora did what, you know, Aurora is the only one that didn't break pattern, right? It also got a downgrade, which helped out, and Canopy got an upgrade, you know, so we weren't fucking with the upgrades. You know, shorting Aurora over 16 seemed, it's like the new INO. Hello from Santa Monica. Nice squeeze in the MJ sector. Squeeze. I wouldn't be so sure it's a squeeze. Remember, End of the month, the shorts are going to double down. They always do. We see a mid-month rally, and then we're going to see, them just getting more aggressive. And guys, we went through levels fairly easily, so it's as easy as it can go up, it can just as easily go down, right? I'll say that we're turning a corner in pot when Cronos can break 715 and hold it. Because if it's breaking 715, then that's a pretty, then that tells me that we're probably at $20 in canopy. And I think 20 is going to be, this real psychological, level for everybody in that. But, let's go over some of the other things that we talked about this morning. QQQ, call options, okay? 2850s were the ones called out. Those things were the best scalp all day, just like boom, 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 boom. I even did puts, but I think QQQ ended up closing at 229.50. So we were getting into the 228.50s, the calls. But you even had an opportunity at getting the 228s. Those probably paid off huge. Look, it was always going to be kind of an inside out day. And the reason I like QQQ is now becoming like my favorite trade in the market. And the reason being, it's so weighted with tech, right? So Apple, Amazon, whatever, Microsoft, Twilio had a crazy day today. Shopify had an insane. I don't understand. Can anybody tell me why Shopify is $825? I have no clue. But still, nobody wants to get in the way of that. Tesla is just kind of hanging out over 800, which is just nuts. It's not really nuts. It's only nuts if you look at Tesla as a car company. Does everybody think that Tesla is a car company here? It's a technology company. Once you look at it like a technology company, then you're like, oh, this makes more sense. They have tons of IP. So yeah, good. Nice. All right, so if you're new to the channel, you have to like and subscribe. Well, you don't even have to like, just subscribe. Trying to really pump those numbers up. UVXY was a good trade, a good swing. Guys, on days when, so like, you'll hear the term thrown around like inside out days. These are the days where it's like green, red, red, red. Oh, green. Oh, no, it's red again. Oh, it's green. Those are the best days to scalp, okay? Everybody asked me, like, oh, what's a scalp? Scalp is you're basically getting into a trade for 10 seconds to 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, whatever. Just really quick. So I really like scalping options. So at the end of the day today, I jumped on the mic in True Trading Group and I was like, what do you guys think? SPY pump? End of the day, 345's coming. Everybody's like, dump. I'm like, It was like 294.40. And the calls for 294.50 were like 37 cents. And I was just like, boop. Literally sold them in 30 seconds for 71%. That shit's nuts. And they actually went over 100%, even more. I don't know what they closed at, but that's basically the anatomy of a scalp, in and out. I mean, you could do that once a day and make a lot of money. If you just do it once a day and you're just super patient, just watching the stock for like, whatever, you're at work, you just have it on your desk. You just, has it leveled off? Oh, it looks like it's going to go. Buy 10 contracts. You get 10 cents, it's $100. You get 20 cents, $200, and on and on and on and on. That's it. Done for the day. You do that once a day for $200, you're making an extra 50 grand a year. Sick. Oh, finally. Got it. Thanks for the clarification. Still learning a lot here. Got hit by X calls, average 10 cents from May 29th. So you're in the $8 calls with me. Yeah, look, I'm still in those too. Guys, look, you just have to assume something. If you buy an option that is under 20 cents, you are basically saying to yourself, I am going to probably ride this down to zero. And if you can go into that trade knowing that you're going to, it's going to be ride or die, then you'll be all right. Because we have time, you can make the decision that, hey, I only want to take a 50% haircut on it, which you could have gotten today. But that's how it goes. Like the risk for trading X when it's in the teens is much greater than when it's, at 30 cents or even in the 20s. The risk just is compounded. But, we'll see. I think, maybe we could be break even by Tuesday. I feel like the news over the weekend is everybody outside, everybody enjoying themselves, like la-di frickin' da. And, I think maybe that translates into the market. Now, the only headline risk is what's going on in China with Hong Kong. Who would recommend a mentor with regards to options? I know it may be a loaded question. I don't know. I mentor people a little bit. But yeah, Joe, if you join TTG, then I'm probably going to be the guy that you turn to for, how to trade options. Look, the big mistake that people make when they're trading options, especially the newcomers, see, options are, you have to look at it like this. Options are great, but you have to be exceptionally disciplined and really pay attention to what's going on. You're not buying a stock, right? You're buying a contract that, gives you the right to buy stock, so long as the strike is hit by the expiration. When you buy a stock, all right, very rarely are you going to buy a stock and it goes to zero. Very rarely you're going to buy a stock and it goes to 50 cents. You're going to lose 50% like that day, unless it's like a pot stock and, like Can Trust. That should happen to me. But you get the point. If you buy Apple, it's not going to go down 50% in a day. If you buy the SPY, it's not going to go 50% in a day. If you buy American Airlines, it's not going to go down 50% in a day. But if you buy an option and you miss your strike by $1, you're going to zero. You're going to lose all your money. So that's why you have to just kind of be super disciplined and, take profit while profit's there. The biggest mistake that people make when they trade options, they just try and squeeze every, last morsel of profit out of it. And then it turns on you. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I can get it back. And you start approaching it like a stock, like, oh, I'm going to buy the dip, where that's a mistake. The way that you play an option is you take profit first. Now you've got insurance, and then you watch it, and then you reload it, and now okay, I already made 20 cents on it the first time. This can go down 20 cents, and I'm break even. That's also the wrong way to look at it. You should say, hey, I don't want to give back all of this money, so be even, greedier with your entry price. Hi, Jason. CGC keeps climbing back. Do you take profit next week or hold going into earnings next Friday morning? I don't think that you want to hold. You don't hold a pot stock into earnings from March till July or June. You're asking for it. Show me an earnings ended well. I could give you the last two. Big earnings, crazy numbers. Trulieve, Curaleaf. Both days that they had earnings, they ended up closing red. Now they're up now, but you know, you don't have to sell your whole position, but take some off the table just in case. You know, you could always put it somewhere else. You don't have to stay with Canopy. Your whole goal is to be in something with, you know, can give you the best ROI. So it's like, what do you think will double first? Cronos or Canopy? Do you think Canopy is going to 30, or do you think Cronos is going to 15 or 14, whatever? That's what you have to ask yourself. So yeah. Wolf, do you think KSHB survives and is a $5 stock again in 2 years? That depends on if Nick starts doing some like very aggressive marketing. I think it could happen, but you know, they've had to raise money, and you know, when you raise a lot of money, you create a lot of hurdles to get back up to, you know, that type of price. You know, I like Kush bottles though, or Kushco. You know, they had a name change. To do Cronos. Any idea why Walmart would drop so much off of great earnings? It could just be that people are taking profit. And maybe people were looking for like blockbuster earnings. Also, I think they, you know, Walmart actually lost like $2 billion in a specific niche or like section of their business. So, you know, that could have been it. I mean, look, it was pretty much at all-time highs. So what else are you going to do? If the stock's not moving, you're just like, shit, I can put this money somewhere else. Like they've already crushed it. People were asking me about Penn today, shorting Penn. I don't think you get in the way of a cult stock. What do I think of mine? Minerco. What was that guy's name? What was the CEO's name for Minerco? I forget. You know, I went to a charity golf golf event for like Minerco, and I ended up buying this, like bidding on a safari to Africa, and I never went. So I basically just pissed away a safari to Africa. Problem was I had my daughter, and I was like, I'm not going to Africa. I just had a kid. So yeah. What else? Let's see what everything's doing right now. All right. SPY 296. Go SPY. Roku. I was actually thinking about getting Roku calls today. So Roku got hammered because they got downgraded due to their proximity to a company in China. And I guess with everything going on in China, you know, it kind of spooked the market. But I think that the cult of Roku is very strong. So that might be a really good trade going into the next 2 weeks. You know, so you should definitely keep an eye on that. Why Trulieve and Green Thumb would not apply to list on a bigger exchange? Because they can't. They're legally not allowed to list on a bigger exchange. And the reason being is because they're U.S. companies, and cannabis is Schedule 1, is on the Schedule 1 list. I mean, which is stupid because, you know, you're basically saying cocaine, LSD, and weed are the same thing. What is my forecast for DRV loaded and loading? Well, look, I think that DRV and SRS, so DRV and SRS, so Sam Riley Sam, Derek Roger vasectomy. Those are, so DRV is a 3x bear short. SRS is a 2x. All right, so think of those as like UVXY, which would be like SRS, and TVIX, which is like DRV, okay? I think that, you know, once all the dust settles and we see, you know, what goes on with default rates, you know, for mortgages and just real estate, and this push for all these companies to, you know, start having people work remotely, I think it's going to have a real severe impact on real estate. Real estate like your homes, and real estate as in commercial real estate. Those are my two biggest positions right now. That's my big bet on the market. And the reason I like that bet so much is because, you know, when it comes to real estate, you know, people's mortgages or just commercial real estate, it's very tough for the Fed to put their finger, you know, on the scale. Now, at the same time, you know, I also have two big positions in two REITs, IIPR, which is connected to cannabis, and Power REIT, PW, which also mildly connected to cannabis, but I really don't care because, you know, Power REIT's up 100%. IIPR is doing pretty well itself, you know. What are good entries for both? You know, I can't really give you an entry right now because, so I sold some close to 19 on Power REIT, and if it went to 15, I would reload it. But even if I went to 15 and it dropped all the way back to 10, it wouldn't matter because I'd still be way up on the position because my entry was 870. And the last time I took profit before that was 1125. So, you know, for IIPR, my entry is like 51. SRS, I like it under 19. DRB, I like it under 21. So, yeah. When will volume pick up on TrueLeave? That's up to Kim. That is up to Kim Rivers. You know, it's not going to pick up. It's just not. They don't do anything to. All of their shareholders are on Twitter. You cannot have a publicly traded company where all the shareholders are on Twitter. You just can't. You know. So they need to do more. And that goes for Curaleaf, and that goes for a lot of these MSOs. You know, their investor relations doesn't do dick, and you know, going to conferences does not bring fucking shareholders to you. You know, it really doesn't. You know, look, they could hire a publicist, they could do something, you know, but they need to grab shareholders, and this goes for a lot of the MSOs. They need to grab shareholders that aren't on Twitter. You know, like the shareholders in Ianthus and, you know, some of the other dog shit stocks like Liberty Health Sciences, you know, the reason they've got a lot of shareholders and they've relatively held up given, yeah, I mean, they should be doing even worse, right? But because they've promoted the stock, they've acquired a lot of shareholders. The same way Aurora has a shitload of shareholders, right? To give you an idea, I promoted Aurora when Aurora was 35 cents, and this was in 2015. 35 cents, could you imagine? Cronos, I did when it was 60. OGI, which was my first client, I did it 41 cents. Absolutely nuts. What do I expect for Cresco Labs Q next week? I expect it to be good. I really like Cresco Labs. I'd put Cresco Labs in my top 10. would rescheduling pot be better than Fed legalization? Nathan, that would be a logical step. So that would have to happen first, either rescheduling it or, either taking it off the scheduling list or making it Schedule 2. That would be the logical step, But again, we don't want federal legalization right now. Guys, if there's federal legalization, everything would pop for about a second and then it would just be fucking implosion. Okay? Because then all of these dog shit companies are going to die. But that's also good because then you're going to be left with only real companies. But basically, you're going to see 80% of the companies just go away. Do you hold boring stock in AT&T? My wife holds AT&T and Verizon. So boring. And GE and Procter and Gamble. And she just got Boeing. I still think MGROF has a shot to be good. Look, pesticides and everything is definitely needed. We'll see what happens when the sector shakes itself out, right? Is she 65? So here's the thing. My father-in-law buys all of my wife's stock, and he's a buy and hold guy. So she's got a ton of GE, she's got a ton of Procter and Gamble. I know she's got 500 shares of Boeing now. I mean, I got Boeing too. She's got a ton of Southwest. She's got a ton of Carnival. My wife has a bigger portfolio than me, which is really funny. But my wife is also the cheapest person in the world. So all of that stock is basically my kid's stock. I tried to get them to sell GE when it was $30 and nobody listened to me. They're like, oh, it's just for the dividend. Yeah, write it down. So yeah, AT&T and Verizon would be good, once 5G becomes more prevalent. They're going to have their day in the sun once everybody's like 5G. I mean, because basically those are boring stocks right now. But, with 5G, they're going to get their little pop. How much? I have no idea. But if they go up $10, I think people will be psyched. All right, guys. So any other questions? Bueller? I want to know, how did you guys... Do I usually scalp SPY calls for the 11, 2, and 345 pump? Today I did QQQ. Emma Allison. What a nice name. I need to get eye powder. I'm so tired. Guys, having 2 kids is no joke. There's one of them. Hold on. I'll let him say hi. Hey, come on. Why are you so angry? So yeah, having so I have a 2-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. And the 2-year-old is a hellraiser. Come here, Alexander. You want to say hi to everybody? You got, I guess. Give me. Whoa. Say hi, everybody. Hi. Young Skywalker. Look, he's even got his... Want some water? There you go. Go nuts. He wants to spit it on me. Don't spit it. So, oh! All right, get out of here. Right on my phone. So yeah. What days do we see the SPY pump? We see it every day. We've been seeing it every day like clockwork at 11, 2 p.m., and 3:45. You can also see it in the futures market. So you can see it at like 11 p.m. I like Valens. I hope this doesn't bother you, because it really doesn't bother me. Any restaurant stocks that you like that are beat down? No. The only restaurant stock that I really have tried playing was DRV. And okay, go watch Teen Titans. Oh, Sophie's watching Teen Titans. Go Teen Titans. Loves Teen Titans. Yeah, so DRV. But they own Olive Garden. That stock sucks. I hate restaurant stocks. I don't think that you should be long restaurant stocks. I don't know why. I mean, none of the stocks that you should be shorting right now, like that should be going down, are going down. Casino stocks, fucking ripping. Restaurant stocks, fucking going up. Advertising companies, Square, ripping. Square's like near all-time highs. Who the fuck is using Square right now? Can somebody tell me? Are you using Square? So, I don't know. Guys, pray to fucking God that we don't get a resurgence or a fucking mutation of coronavirus. You know, if you want to be in something long, I'd be looking at Vice stocks, Budweiser, Constellation. I actually took profit on Constellation Brands today. I took I trimmed half my position in Constellation Brands at 171, which I guess I should have waited because it's 172. But let's see, Bud's beat down, 41 bucks. I bought some this week at 41.85. Like, I like the Vice stocks. I think beer had a really good day today also. Oh, no, sorry. Beer is a different one than I was thinking. Maybe Tap. Molson Coors. Molson Coors is actually pretty cheap. And it's right near the low. So that might be something to consider. It's basically 40% off of the high, the 52-week high. Let's see what the 3-year high is. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's like 95 bucks in 2017. That'd be one to consider. I'm actually going to start looking at that. Thank you for asking. Thoughts on Bitcoin? Fuck Bitcoin. There's my thoughts. I would love to see John McAfee cut his dick off and eat it, though. It'd be worth all the fucking Bitcoin trolls being so obnoxiously wealthy just to see somebody cut their own dick off and eat it. Ooh, will he cook it? DRV and SRS at 60 and 40 respectively by the end of the summer? No, I think you need a resurgence and you need to see default rates go nuts. So in the meantime, you should be trading it. This isn't a buy and hold, okay? I trade it. I sell some, I buy some. I sell some, I buy some. I'm trying to accumulate free shares. That way I don't have to think about it, you know? If I accumulate 1,000 free shares of SRS, then I give 0 fucks what happens. It's like, okay, great, I just hold it, I leave it there, and then when some kind of real estate calamity happens, I'm printing money. And then I sell it, and then it goes down, and then I do it all over again. Yeah, Shopify is very dangerous. So the people that are in here that are in True Trading Group can tell you, I was looking at shorting Shopify for weeks. Just kept on telling people. I was like, Shopify 400, Shopify 450, Shopify 550, Shopify 600, and then Shopify got to 650, and I'm like, it's time to short it. And I went for put options, and then my partner, Michael Edward, just went straight short. I didn't get filled. And the options are really expensive. It was like $3,000 an option. So I was looking for the 645 puts. And those puts at the end of the day, so my position was, so I had like 45 grand on the bid. And by the end of the day, it would have been like 90 grand in profit. Fucking nuts. It went down to 585 and then went right back up. So yeah, Shopify is dangerous. Shopify, the option's really expensive, and it's a cold stock. It's like Tesla. Tesla is like the only time that you trade Tesla is the end of the day on a Friday. In and out, in and out. Simple. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, like this, comment, questions, share the stream on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. I don't even know. Where can you fucking share this thing? Where are the areas to share it? So anyway, I hope you guys have a good, safe weekend. Social distance, wear a condom. Make sure that they're sponge worthy. If you're a female, you'll get the Seinfeld reference. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. I mean, why would you fucking drink and drive now? Memorial Day weekend. Remember why it's Memorial Day weekend. All that good stuff. Well, not really good stuff. It's fucking Memorial, so people fucking dead. But you know what I mean. Anyway, all right, guys. So like this, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then if you guys want one of these, over the weekend, just let me know. Maybe I might just upload some stuff this weekend. All right. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do that today. I'm going to shave my head right now after I get off. I'm going to shave my head, and I'm going to go for a swim in my pool. So everybody have a good weekend, good trading week. And then Tuesday is TTG Tuesday, so I'll make sure to let you guys know. All right. Tuesday morning is going to be True Trading Group. Here, I'm going to post a link for you guys. Tuesday. So, just in case I forget. All right. So use that. And yes, Megan, I'm definitely going to get some sleep. So on Tuesday, I opened the chat room up for everybody. So you could come in. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a token. And then you can be like, small caps are just fucking going off the chain. Come in. It's free. It don't fucking cost you anything. What else are you going to do? I mean, unless you have a real job. Then it doesn't make any sense. But you give you alerts, tell you what we're looking at. I mean, sometimes people get stuff at better prices or stuff that I'm waiting on the bid. They just fucking attack it and fucking crush it, which happened a couple times today. All right. Okay, guys, have a good weekend. What about those X calls? Still in them. In it to win it, man. I don't get scared. All right. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Oh, holy shit. Why do you guys do this to me? 31 likes? Who's the dick? Who is the dick? Who brought the dick? pin me in the 30s. Leave me in the 20s, okay? Do not leave me in the 30s. Just fucking bad. It's not bad luck for me. It's bad luck for you. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the stream. And yeah, it's 40 or nothing. 5 more to go. I'm folding my arms. That's the thing. No streams if we end either keep it in the 20s or get me the fuck out of the 30s. Okay? 4 more likes. Why did I sell my hexo calls before the 3-day weekend? Okay, 41. Thank you. Well, my entry was 13 cents on those 50-cent hexo calls, and my first take profit was going to be 20 cents anyway, which is basically 50% gain. And I didn't realize when I bought those hexo calls how fucking slow the stock is. So rather than being fucking trapped in it, I was just like, make my 50%, which is not much, 250 bucks. Hold on. 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, well, 350 bucks. So yeah, that's why I got out. I know. I mean, honestly, when I first bought that option, I was like, phew. I was like, it was 10 by 15. I just hit the ask and it filled me at 13. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's fucking sweet. And the fucking option didn't move. So, you know, but that was the first time I ever traded it. So if, let's say it goes back again, let's say it goes to 10, I won't buy the June call. I'll buy the July call. And I'll use house money. All right. So that's why. All right, guys, thank you for putting me at 42. I use E-Trade, Schwab, Canaccord, Haywood, Interactive Brokers. I do have a Robinhood account, but I don't use it. I have TD Ameritrade for my SEP IRA, and I have Alpine Securities. I have a lot of fucking brokers. But the one that I use for options is E-Trade. Long-term portfolio, Schwab, SEP IRA, which is long-term portfolio, TD. Cool? Have a good weekend, guys. Thanks for watching.